Good morning. How's everybody doing today? It is another Satisfactory Saturday, and we're going to get started in here. I did a little prep work last night just to get some of the grindy stuff out of the way, so we could work through this. So let's see this. We can get this booted up. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're good there. Okay, so I went ahead and knocked out a few of the milestones, a couple smaller ones we needed. I wanted to go ahead and get this better weapon. This is the double check my words here. The Xeno Basher, and it's the best melee weapon you're gonna get in this game. But it's there's better weapons. Eventually we get good projectile weapons. But right now we've got this melee weapon, so we're good on that. Looks like I just finished up a hard drive over there. Let me see if I can see what our alternate recipes are for that one real quick. Don't forget you can't just create another MAM instead of going back. Hard drive. Okay, so for this one we have fine concrete or charcoal. Charcoal is going to come from wood. Okay, all right. That wouldn't be bad. Let's go with that. I don't even know what tier this particular recipe is. We're just going to go with it. All right. I unlocked a few other things in our research. But the biggest thing is we've got things lined up ready to go to start building a small factory over here. I believe we want to do rotors and such from this one. We've got 5 or 6 iron nodes over here. So I think this would be a great idea for our main factory setup, as a matter of fact. So we can start with just building something small that would at least carry us through for a while. This is a kind of flat area for the most part. It's wide open in this desert. We can kind of come up above this dune a little bit, something like up in here. And this can build on for days, even over these little ravines that are in here, small ravines. We could still extend our factory over and do that. And then as far as the map goes, we're kind of to the side a bit there. Let's see. See, we're going to eventually get down. Stop that. We're going to get down in here is the oil that we're going to be using a good bit of. The map does go, there's a large field down in here. I've built out before. There's all kind of other stuff around here. This is kind of far away from everything else. That'd be the only disadvantage to making the main base right here, but we'll see. We'll see. So let's go ahead and get in here and start laying out the stuff. I went ahead and made a grocery list of all the things we're going to need and started gathering that. So I think from right here, we can start laying out some foundations. Build off of that. That should be a good starter. Okay. So as far as building goes, we're going to go ahead and put this in Zoop mode. And that lets you just click and then extend it out. We're going to go like that far. And let's see, that's 4 across. We're going to go 4 down this way. I think we should be able to just go right through there. Extend our platform out. Okay. So right now we are just extracting things. We haven't put smelters at these stations yet, and let's see, they are producing 60 ore per minute. Smelters I do have on the list. I have 3 smelters on my to-do list, so I have enough resources to build 3 smelters. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3. Why don't we just start with this side? I like to go ahead and put the smelters right here at the miners, because then, no, that's the right one. Then it just gets done there. There's no need to There's no need to transport your raw ore. They can just, there you go, right there. And then you're just going to come in here with a conveyor belt. We're in tier 2 with the conveyors. Yeah, then we just had to power that up. So let's go ahead and put this here. You can middle click to select your things. There we go. On this game. All right, I'm trying this stream without music because I know that this game does have some music that pops in here sometimes. Like, they didn't have to do this, but like they wrote smelter right down there. Smelter 700. I wonder what the name is on this one. Fix it. Okay, maybe that doesn't have that detail. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and get those powered up now. So we're gonna go ahead and I like to throw down extra coals just in case we need to pull power for something else. And then we have to tell it. We'll have to tell it what we're doing there. We're making iron ingots. So that's kind of that's the silly part. Like we're feeding this ore into it, and then we have to tell it we're going to be smelting that ore. It's like at this stage, I think that should be more of an automatic thing. Whatever you put in there should just smelt. Because like there's not many. I don't think there's any smelting recipes that aren't the ore. Okay. Some power for this. We're gonna pull there. It's clipping, but that's okay. I don't care at this point. 1, 2, 3. Pull and power. Okay. So with those 3 powered, we can start bringing all the ore over here. Let's see. Let's pull that up. Logistics-wise, this does... Okay, this one. I think no, man. Okay. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. I did not put conveyor Mark II in here. This does 120 resources per minute. This, however... okay, it's 30 per minute. So that's each of these are 30 per minute on the resource on the smelting. No, this can be expanded. Excuse me. Or you can do multiples because you see this isn't keeping up. So it takes 30 ore per minute. This is producing 60 ore per minute. So you could do 2 smelters off of this, and they would stay even, right? And that would maximize your efficiency coming out of there. So eventually we would want to get to that. We want to maximize efficiency. The other thing is right now 60 per minute is what we've got going on. This is a normal node. Pure nodes do more than that. I can't remember. It might be 90 per minute. I think impure 30, 60 for normal, and 90 for pure ones. And this is a Mark I miner. There's a Mark II miner. I think there's a Mark III if I recall correctly. I could be wrong there, but I feel like there's a Mark III miner. And those, of course, increase your output as well. The other thing you do is when we unlock overclocking down here, you can overclock up to 250%. So that means this would be 120, 180 per minute that would be coming out of here eventually. And then these you can overclock as well the same way. So they would scale up. So honestly, if we're getting if we're able to support 2 of these already, when this is fully overclocked, we could support 2 fully overclocked smelters as well. Because they would scale up the same way. They'd be 250%. And there's the loops that would duplicate. Duplicate the output. We don't necessarily want to put those in smelters because very limited on how many of those loops we have in this world. Okay. So there's that. We're gonna go ahead and run because that's what we have. Let me just double check. I don't know if we have any reinforced plates, but we do have a little bit. We can do some of the Mark II belts, but we're gonna run out. Okay, so over here, our plan is to make rotors, and rotors are which is already a little bit behind compared to rotor. Okay. Rotors are going to take rods and screws. And one of our accomplishments for phase 2, as you see over here, well, you can't see there. How do I get, where's chat? Okay. Anyway, up in the upper right, we have smart plates and use 1,000 of those. The other two needed for phase 2 completion are quite a bit down the road. The other thing we want to start automating, you can see on the milestone list there, is those frames. So those are modular frames. They take reinforced iron plates and steel rods. Now, all that we could start making over here to get to the modular frames. Right now, I've just been manually producing them, but you see, those are eventually going to need more of a mass-produced thing. So, all right. So with that, we've got to, oh, goodness, what we're doing. Rotors. Okay, let's pull that back up. Rotor. So our first thing is screws and rods. So screws are made from rods, so we need to just take all these and make rods, and then take part of that and make screws, and then we need to put them in there as the other. So screws are, let's see, opening codex, we get 4 screws per rod. We need, usually, I think, can I go back? No, it won't let me go back. Rotor. Okay, let me pull that back up this way. Anyway, 4 screws per rod, and this is a 5-to-1 ratio here. So it's 1-to-4, and then with the math is a little off there. So we have to kind of think that through, see what the best way to do it. Obviously, we're going to need more screws. Well, I say that. We divide that by 4. 25 divided by 4 would be, I'm not mathing at the moment. Hold on. 6. Just over 6 to 1. Okay, so five of these, and then 6 rods worth of screws for that. Okay. So we need a little bit more rods going to screws than we do just plain rods. Okay. We could combine all these together on one conveyor and bring it in, or we could do separate conveyors. Let's start off with constructor. To do iron rods, we need iron ingots. Iron ingots are being made out of there. That's good. All right, and then screws come from. There's a shortcut. There's some other types of screws we can get, some alternate recipes. It'd be great early on here. That would make this a little easier. But I think you can make them straight from iron ingots with an alternate recipe, if I'm not mistaken. We have not unlocked that yet. I could have re-rolled that last hard drive I had just to see, but like I could have gotten worse recipes too. So that's one thing you want to avoid, is getting a worse recipe than what they first offer you. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go with iron rods on this one. Honestly, I think every one of these need to be going straight to iron rods, and then we'll have to go to screws from there. So take 3 of these in here. Matter of fact, they are 15 per minute of those. So each one of these is produced in 30 per minute, right? So we could go to 2 of these with 1 smelter at the moment. That'll give us more of a better rate of production here. We want to try to maximize that as best we can. So why don't we do that? Let's make 6 of these across here. For 2 more. I don't know if I brought enough materials for what I'm doing here, but yeah, I'm kind of low on that already. Okay, let's get that going, and then we're going to need a couple more of these. Yeah, a couple more of these making screws from there. So we're going to deciding whether or not I want to have more of these platforms back here. I'm out. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get another dozen of these. And then we want to have a couple more of these. Or four assemblers still. Smelters, one, everything. I did unlock coal power production. So we can start, I mean, as we need more power, we can start working on building yeah, steam generators, I think they're called, coal power generators. Our biggest drawback with that is coal is not really close. It's up the hill. I mean, comparatively, it's not far away compared to the rest of the map, but it is a little further away. Logistics, let's drop these out of here. We want to go ahead and put 20 of them in there. I don't really know how much it's going to take. I just try to get an estimate, an idea. Okay, let's run back over there and grab some materials. We got to start. We really aren't doing much, but at least we got a kind of a general layout of what's going on here. Something there? What? I don't know what that sound was. Okay. Let's zoom on across here. Actually, still easier than running. All right, and then we could just look around, and I can show you all the things I did get done off stream last night as I got ready here. I did make the power line go up over the top there instead of around this corner. It's really minor, but I think it looks better that way. I cleared out some more trees. Honestly, I think we have enough material making biomass over here that it's going to last for a little bit. I mean, we could even expand it and have other. I'm going to get rid of this real quick. We could add more burners onto our current setup if we needed to produce more power. Excuse me, dude. All right, so I did. I don't know if I think I did build this pin on stream. I did get another one. So let's see if they got anything for us. More ammo. We are nowhere near guns, but thanks for that. I think I did my expansion up there. This is dirty. This is going to go away as soon as we start making coal power, because coal power is superior to biomass power. One reason I wanted to have it is this lake here. I think there should be enough room for all the extractors we need for good coal power. Within this, it should be deep enough too. I expanded our production over here for wire. I started adding copper sheets because coal is going to require water, and we need to make pipes. So we're going to need the copper sheets for that. This one is making wire into cables, and then this one is just making wire. So we have that end sorted a little better. We still have an excess of copper coming in though, so it's still filling up. So that's good. Sorry, getting around. So yeah, I didn't want to move this whole container of copper, so I ended up having a splitter here and then using a lift to shoot us up over the top there. You kind of work with what you got to make it happen, but it gets you through there. So that's what's this end of things. We need more reinforced iron plates for what we're building here, and we also need more iron plates for what we're building. So let's jump on this one and get over there. Boom. Totally filled up, isn't it? Okay. I did collect some more Mercer spheres. some more power slugs. One thing I didn't get is the yellow power slug that we need for our research. So in here, I did a couple things. I got, we already did that one. We did that. We're getting ready for this one. This will, once I get more of those SAM capsules, which I can't think of the name. They are SAM fluctuators. Yes. Once I get a few more of those, we can get our first dimensional depot unlocked. Now, it's going to take Mercer spheres to build that. I think I have a few saved up at the moment. And then we can get on into that storage a little bit more. I don't have that yet. I need to get some more deuterium. I've been collecting a little bit at a time. I don't have a node unlocked yet. Mycelia research. I did this one, expanded tool belt. I got another hand slot put in. I think we already had this one. Yeah, and the parachute over there. This one, we're not quite there yet because we don't have the resources to extract oil. So we can't get the plastic. We can't refine and get plastic yet. This, however, we're about ready for because we're going to have coal, we're going to have fabric, and then the steel pipes are going to come when we unlock steel production. This is going to allow us to go near the those yellow gas clouds and get anything that's in there. Like it'll use filters, and you don't have to destroy the gas producing things, but you can go in those areas without any harm as long as you still have filters. So that'll be important to unlock in a little bit. Nutrient wise, no, it's just waiting to do that. So this right here, I need a yellow power slug, and I've been looking around. I haven't seen any yellow ones just yet. We also don't quite have the technology on us to be able to easily reach things. I've been getting some of the easier ones. There are a few Mercer spheres power slugs that you can just parkour up to, or they're just laying around where you can easily reach them. Those I've been getting, but I haven't found any yellow ones. So we need to unlock power shards so we can unlock overclocking. You see, we have everything else we need for that. I could probably do that. But I believe we need to unlock the Summers loop thing as well, so we can produce or increase production on them. Okay, this one we might. Let's see if we have enough of that sitting around. I went ahead and threw a couple more boxes down to store stuff in. Eventually, you don't need to have these boxes. You just have enough storage on your own. Quartz. Yeah, there's enough. Let's go ahead and get this.
Research completed. Silica recipe unlocked. New quartz research available.
Okay, guys, this right here, this makes you run faster. So we want to unlock these blade runners, but we're going to need silica, which I think we turn quartz into silica. We need 50 of those and then 10 of these modular frames. That's not too difficult to get. And then more silica, we get 6 more inventory slots. So that's good. This side over here, we want to get the crystal oscillator unlocked because we want to unlock the Explorer so we can drive around. It's a fun little vehicle. It reminds me of the Warthog from Halo. But it does not have guns on it. So Shadow Rebar, we haven't unlocked explosive rebar gun just yet. But that would still be good. And this priority merger, I think that's new for 1.1, if I'm not mistaken. The priority merger actually lets you prioritize each thing coming in, I believe, and how much of which goes in there. So that'll be a new thing we would have here. But yeah, that's kind of inventory slots would be really great. The blade runners were really good, especially when we're running back and forth. But then once you get this, the thing is the fuel you have to keep handy Right now, all we have is the solid biomass for fuel for this thing, which is fine. You just have to keep because it does burn it up a lot. The liquid biofuel is going to be our better fuel in the end, but we're not quite there yet. And then let's see, what else do we have here? We really need to dig into this line. We need to get our steel pipes to make the Nautilus detonator so that we can start getting explosives. Um, and then smokeless powder, we're going to have to be using, we need to get the oil production going for that so we can get the plastic there. And then this, oh yeah, we're almost there. So we can make the gunpowder when we get the stuff, but those reinforced steel beams, we've got to start making steel beams of steel production before we can even make reinforced beams. The other option is to just find some around crash sites. This is ultimately what I want with the rebar gun, which don't know where we unlock the rebar gun, honestly. I had to figure out where this at. And then the rifles are other things. So explosive rebar, and then we get the homing ammo for this rifle, and we're good to go. Um, and then eventually I'll have a factory set up just specifically for that stuff. And it'll go into the dimensional depot, and it'll just keep us stocked constantly. So that's kind of the goal with that. What is this one? Is this what we want? Production amplifier. Okie dokie. Okay. So once we get the power slugs, overclocking unlocked over here, which we could go ahead and make a power crystal and do that. As a matter of fact, let's do it right now. Let's go find a power slug. Or anything in my inventory? None there. Power slug, power slug, power slug. Must have them over here then. Let's go with a blue one and make one power crystal. We don't want to waste them. My goal is to make a product like have an overclocked constructor with a summer's loop in it that will automatically amplify our output on these things. So I want to duplicate all of them. There we go.
Overclocking development completed.
There
Power
we go.
shards can now be inserted into all buildings to increase input and output speed. Underclocking is also possible. Note: power consumption of overclocked buildings increases exponentially.
So we've unlocked this panel on all of our units now, and you can underclock them. So if you're wanting to just match up the rate of the stuff coming in, you can come in here and it shows you down there your output production rate. You can match that. Anyway, right now it's 2 per minute. If we underclock it, we can get it down to 1 or whatever. So that you then have to do the math and figure out if this is this. This shows you a little bit like how much you need input. So if you want to match your input so that everything's evenly balanced and everything runs constantly, or as close to that, you can do that. It's going to be important for like our coal power production because we want to make sure it's not shutting off. We want a constant flow of power to our power grid so it's not on and off constantly. So I have to match it with how much water and coal we have coming into the units, which would be on this side, on those. So yeah, so you can also throw power crystals in here, and you go up to 250%. So that means it would be 2.5 times that, which would be 5 per minute on this particular thing. And then this one over here will be our Summers loops, and they will up to double production. The smaller units, it just takes one. Some of the bigger construction units that we have later would take 4 of those loops to increase the output. And those, the important, I know that's a big sacrifice of loops, which you can completely get back out of there. It doesn't consume them. It just stores them in there. And that would cause it to, yeah. So it increases a little bit with 1, and then once you get 4 in there, it doubles your output on the larger units. But when you're making something that costs a lot of resources and it takes a long time to do it, Doubling the output is helpful. Okay, over here on this, we've got basic steel production ready to be unlocked. I don't think I'm ready to give up my resources yet because we're trying to gather stuff for our other project. So let's throw some of this in here that we don't need. I know we're not going to need smart plating or heavy modular frames for what we're doing here. I'll go ahead and throw this back in there. This we don't need right now. I probably would rather have all those together. Yeah, there they are. Okay. This we can throw in there as well. Or the ammo. The dogs have been giving me rifle ammo. I'm not quite ready for it yet, but I have it. Let's go ahead and throw our leaves over here. And like this is producing so well that like our wood still is backed up. Didn't I just gather some? I did. Okay, I need to go back there and throw that in there. Biomass goes in there. I have solid biomass here I keep from my chainsaw, and then this wood I just gathered can go in here. It's staying backed up. I mean, I think part of it is this biomass from our DNA protein or animal proteins or alien proteins getting fed in here, and like it just keeps this backed up. So we have enough output that if we wanted to split off again somewhere and or just throw another splitter somewhere and make some more biomass burners for more power, we could definitely do that if needed. We'll see how this factory over here comes, and just decide, see if we want to do it that way or what we're going to do here. I think we can get rid of this. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. That was just a quick thing to get some smart plating for our space elevator there. I'm going to call that a space needle sometimes, just because I do that. Okay, so you'll have everything on the list now. Looks like I do. I do have everything on the list. I'm going to grab some more reinforced plates. 289. I only needed 60. It's not over here. Not even. Okay. What I think we have enough. It's more than my list is calling for. So let's run back over here and get this factory running. So at least have a way to get those resources. Do 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 do. Oh man, I did adventure around. So oh wait, about to talk, but okay. You want to play? It's okay. Yeah, I got him. I think it's 3 hits with this one now. There's a lot more with the other one. Ugh. Some of those smaller guys, once we get the explosive rebar and the rebar gun and all that, they're like a single shot with explosive rebar. So it does make it a lot easier. And with the jetpack, with the good fuel, like you can just kind of hover a bit as you shoot and take them out, not even be at risk. Excuse me. Sneezes. Okay, there we go. All right. So we are transporting this over here, and we're going to split it when we get here. I think we were, oh, that's what we're doing. We're actually building some more platforms back here for the logistic stuff to sit on. Good. Okay. All right. Q. So we have these pipelines in here, and they do take the hopper sheets there. So we want to make sure we have what we need for that. Excuse me. Let's come in back there. Every other one is going to need a splitter. All right, cool. All right, now we start bringing them over. There's that. Ah, shoot. Well, I mean, that is technically closest. We're gonna have to snake this one around, and we could go under. That's fine. This is gonna look messy, but I'm not too worried. A lot of the early game stuff does eventually get torn down, so yeah. Go in there. There we go. Okay. Now all these are fed. We want all these to make rods. Set up. Did I already go through there and do that? I think I did. So one thing you have on these, and this is pretty cool. We have copy and paste. So if I look at this and you just use your standard keyboard shortcut, so it's Control C, and that copies it. And I could come here and look at this one, Control V, and it pastes it in there. Now that will copy not only your recipe, but like your clock speed if you have it underclocked or whatever, or overclocked with. I mean, now granted, you have to have power charge in your inventory if you want to copy the overclock stuff, because it's going to put them in there. But underclocking it would copy over as well. And then if you have the Summers loops, it would copy all of that. So, I mean, you can come in here and do copy paste, which is a lot clunkier because you can literally just look at it from the outside without the GUI and copy and paste the settings in there. Excuse me. So yeah, that's what you can. That's one feature in this game that I think makes, especially when we're doing larger factory areas, just to be able to look at this. So once you see the interaction thing, see where the E pops up there to show us that we're going to interact with this. Once you're there, you can, like back here, we can't do a copy paste, right? I'm trying the buttons and it's not working. Oh, it does have constructor down there too. I just didn't see it on the miners. Your smelter has it. They have the names on there. Sorry, I got distracted. So yeah, once you can interact with it, you could copy and paste it here. So that we've copied, and then we're just going to look at this one and paste it. Doesn't matter, we already had it in there. So now we need to get power to these units. Power is coming on this side. So we can grab off of either one of these. I might just go ahead and take that one because it's already here. And we can set it right down in here. And then bring another pole over here. I try to have somewhat of a pattern on how I do this. And I have found that these are easier to click on than the poles sometimes, so I will usually aim for the machine and then pull it to the pole to connect them. Those are going to start producing. And let's just double check our power grid. Oh, not in the right mode. We've ramped up our usage, you see here. This is your max. We're not doing that. This is your actual. We're about halfway at the moment. 270 is our, excuse me. 270 is our capacity. We're running at what, 112, 117. We still got a good ways to go, so it's not quite critical to go increase that. But like I said, we can add more biomass burners onto that. Okay, so we need at least 2 of these going straight into screws. And we don't even have to, hold up. 15 per minute, screws take, we need to put one down to read it. So my screw recipe is 10. It uses 10 per minute, and this produces 15 per minute. So we're still good. It's going to produce more rods than this can use. If we wanted to get technical, 2 of these could support 3 of these. So we'd have to merge them and then unmerge them. As a matter of fact, let's do that. All right. 2 of these will merge into 1, and then we'll immediately have a splitter that goes off to 3. All right. So we need 3 of these. Let's give us a little bit of room to work with. So we're going to merge, then split. There. And then splitter. Now we could just cycle through with E to get our splitter. Yeah. Yeah, I was just making sure my arrows are in the right spot. 3 would give us a belt there. Oh, come on. Yeah, okay. Straight. I want to go straight as best as possible. And that's not going to go straight, so we're going to default. Okay. This should be easy to get. And then this one here. Straight into that. Now that's going to split in 3 different ways. 2 and 3. Now we're going to pull power off of one of these poles. Okay, get on the conveyor and then jump over that. There we go. You can't jump straight over these things yet. I mean, I think my next step would do it. I'm going to go here with that. And then, is there room in there? There is. It's going to clip, but that's okay for what we're doing. That, and this goes there, and then this comes over here. I don't mind if poles clip a little bit, like, because really it doesn't get into this. It just, it's hitbox, or it's yeah, the box for it sticks out a little bit. And these are producing screws. That's right. I'm going to copy that. And we're going to go over here, and we're going to paste that. And we're going to do it there as well. All right. And yeah, that's how we do that. And then we just need to send those to manufacture along with these. And these are producing, what I said, 15 per minute. These are producing 40 per minute. The math doesn't add up, but we're going to just set a assembler down real quick just to get an idea of what the recipe is and how we need to pair these. So rotors is what we're looking at. 20 to 100. 20 to 100. So that's a 5 to 1. Oh, excuse me. 20 to 100. Excuse me. 100 of these is 40, 80, 40. That's 120. That's more than enough. So if we throw a manufacturer, we can merge all these together, which I believe we said the belts can handle. Yeah, they're 120, so that would max this belt out with all 3 of these. For logistics sake, it's going to be better to have your merger central, like this. See how close we can get to that. I mean, yeah. It doesn't look as clean, but this is going to feed over there then. And they all have a priority, equal priority, so they're going to hopefully work well like that. And then we need to get all the, see, we are producing 15 per minute on these. So that's, yeah, that's plenty good. We're going to do 2 mergers. We're going to merge these 2 and then those 2 and then merge all that together. So let's put 3 mergers down here. One off of this guy. And we're going to output this way. Right there. And then this one here, we're going to output this way. Nope, 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 nope. It actually goes here. And can we put one right in the middle here that outputs this way? There we go. Awesome. Let's connect all this up. This is the tricky thing because you can do it, but you can't see it. Okay, so that's going to give her 1 output there. Now, how do we want to set this? So we've got this coming over here, and that from there. Let's do this. One assembler this way. No. Let's see what it looks like here. Do I have room? I do not have room to run that through there. So it is lined up with that. Let's get it. That's good. Can I? I can. I can snake a conveyor through here. It's gonna clip, but we can snake a conveyor through there. And we straight mode. Straight mode. There. Why not? Too steep. What are you smoking? Yeah, that'll work. It's clipping the edge, but it will work through here. So we're going to come right here. And we cannot make that turn. Dang it. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's go with no, no, and no. Okay. Okay. Let's do this then. Let's move that over. Shoot it back a little bit too. There we go. Go on to that. Okay, now we just need to power this bad boy. Very powerful here. We can drag that to here. That clipped a little more than I wanted, but this is going to be all right. And we're going to set this to do rotors. We're throwing the screws that we have and the iron rods that we have. You can see this is painfully slow. Painfully slow, but it just takes a little time. And it just does its job. Just have to wait on it. Just waiting, just waiting. Now we don't have to sit here and wait the whole thing. Don't worry. We'll move on to some other things here. So that's basically what we wanted to do on this end. Now, as far as building factors and such, we can build walls to this. We can make it look pretty. I just wanted to kind of get a basic layout. And it might be that we eventually tear all this down to do other things. So let's see what we've got so far recipe-wise that we want to be making in here. Bolted iron frames. Excuse me, bolted iron plates. If we do iron plates, we need to do that. Modular frames is another thing we want to get going. That is going to take this and this. So that's going to be rods to screws, also iron plates. And then we also need to make more rods. So we can go over with the other three nodes that we have and start setting up modular frames. Okay, there we go. All right, let's just double check over here. It was 3, 1, 2, and 3. Yes. Okay. Awesome. So over on this side, we're gonna do the same kind of thing, except for modular frames. So we can get those set up. You can see how this eventually you go down a rabbit hole of like, okay, I want to make this one thing, but in order to do that, I've got to get this, 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 and this, and it compounds over time of what you need to build and have. So this is a great spot really for iron because there's 6 nodes here together. So it makes it great that you have enough resources to be able to do these kind of things, multi-step recipes. Because otherwise, man, if we just had like the 2 iron nodes that we have over there, trying to do all of this, it would be slow and take forever. Now this is slow enough as it is, and like I say, once we get up to the higher level, like the Mark III miners, which is more late game, we would be able to get more iron out of here, and we'll have belts that can handle how much iron ore is coming out, and have the smelters to do that. We'll have a whole bank of smelters to be able to handle this. Because even right now, at 300 or 30 per minute, and this is producing 60, we could have 2 smelters producing more iron. As it stands, there is enough iron in here, and more than enough to produce what we're doing. See, it's built up to 80 already. Just watch that number for a second. It gets up to 81 before it goes away. The goal would be this is getting more than that. So if it got like 82, we know that it's building more than it can handle. Like this is going up. So right now I think it's staying even because this is making 30 per minute. Yeah. So they clock even on that. And I think that built up because we weren't outputting yet over there. So nothing. Okay. I was trying to see what I could have in my hand to punch with. All right. So these right now, I think we're good. If we really need to have more production, we can split these up. Redo that with the 2 double smelters on each one to give us twice the output of iron. Even then, like this is 60. Yeah, that would match up with what we're doing there. Why don't we do this side that way? Let's go ahead and from the start make it a double set. Double set of smelters on each one. That'll give us twice the iron to work with, which would make far more sense because these are normal, so we could do that. These are already ready to roll. So let's figure out where we want our platform at over here. I wonder if we can make that. Let's see. There might be something to fight over here. If not, I got distracted by our power slug. It is not yellow. It is blue. But, yeah, there we go. We got that. Oh, we're over here at the ocean. So right over in here, there's another one out there, too. It's blue, though. Blue power slugs are the least powerful of all the slugs. But don't ignore them because they're still important. Still need that. Oh, this is okay. Yeah. So in my other game, I actually built a giant ironworks factory right here off of these 6 nodes. I'm just remembering that. There is coal back over that direction a ways. And then back up over here, there's a bunch of coal too. Back down that way, there's a few random things. Back over in here off of the coast is our oil and a few other things. Mostly just oil there. I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot other than oil. We'll get over there. And distracted again. Okay, we were producing our, we're setting up our second iron factory. Here's what we're doing. This is a little difficult in this area at the moment. Oh, what is over here? We have a little dude. Let's go take this thing out. Limestone. That's right. That's right. That's right. I had a little concrete factory over this direction before. We're going to take this guy out. Yeah, go away. Hey, move on. There you go. Okay. Okay. It's like 3 hits with that thing now. Limestone? Yeah. Ugh. Dun, 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 dun. Excuse me. All right. And I believe there's another limestone down this way. Yeah. So make a little concrete factory down here if you wanted to. 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. Had to take care of something. Let's see. We're going to get back over here and try to focus. Focus, focus, focus. La. Okay, so we've got 3 of these units over here. We're going to go ahead and start them off with smelters. Now, eventually I like to have like platforms set here for these to sit on and just keep everything looking nice. The real question is, do we do that from the start or do we wait and rebuild everything? And I don't have a good answer for it because sometimes you just have to wait. I mean, I don't have the full plans for the way I want all the bases to be, but right now I know we want to get things rolling. So let's go ahead and set 2 smelters on each of these. I don't have the stuff for it, do I? Missing iron rods. I wonder where I can get iron rods at. The good news is we're making iron rods over here. Yeah, there we go. Hey, look, iron rods. Let's just grab some of those and come over here. Okay, so 2 smelters per node is what I'm looking at. Now this side is where we're going to bring everything around. That's way over there. It can snake through here as well, or around that. Yeah. Okay, so let's put 2 smelters right here. Smelter number 1. Let's bring it out some so we can split it well. Smelter number 2. Now, the bad thing about not building on platforms is you see there's a height difference between these 2 right beside each other. So let's, for the sake of sanity, let's just build a little platform for this to sit on. So 4 is my shortcut button for platforms. If you hold down Control, it does make these align to the universal grid, like the whole, the grid on the entire world. If you don't, you can kind of scroll around. If you do, that your scrolling just turns it on that grid, which I don't think these particular things. No, I want it here, but up. There we go. Well, let's just leave it there. There. Let's make that Really? Really? That's what we're doing? We're going to two smelters here on this. Okay, smelter one. Boom, boom. And smelter two. That should leave us room for a splitter over here. Right there. Okay. And there's that. Ooh, that's nasty. Oh well, it's okay. It's all right. Let's do the same thing with each of these. So we could bring that platform over and just kind of make that look a little better. Hey, look, it actually looks like it's meant to be this way. Can we run our platform back this way? That. Okay, that's good. Now this, I think I'm going to kick off to the side. Man, you can't get rid of this until you have explosives. So, all right. Because I want this line to come through here in the middle. So this is going to be the right, well, right as we're looking this way. It'll be over to the right. This one will come in the middle, and that one's over this way. So we come over to our factory. Okay, so we still got to, if that wasn't there, we could just put the two smelters here, but I don't have explosives yet. So, so close to unlocking that. Let's go ahead and throw those two smelters in here, though. Right here and here. That should give us enough room to put our splitter here. No, that's not going to work, is it? Okay. Sorry for the noises. No. Okay, well, let's redo this. So that's not going to go there. That's going to have to come past the line a little bit. And smelter. It's the output. Orange is the input. We're going to go out just a hair. And there's room there. Good. Now we can throw a splitter down here. And make sure it lines up with that. Inputs there. Will that work? Will that connect? Nope, not that way. Default it will. Just default. Okay. And this should connect there. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Great. Here. You have no power here. So let's make some power. Put this right between them, and I think I'm just going to power both of these with this. What am I going to make with this iron ore? I think iron ingots is what you're going to make with the iron ore. Come on, man. Be smarter than that. You are advanced technology. All right, we're going to continue our platform back this way to there. And let's just put our two smelters back. You know what? I am going to throw the platform underneath that. It's going to be fine. Ugh, okay. That. Let's throw the smelters in over here. Goodness gracious. I think there and there are going to work. Yeah, it's clipping something, but I don't know what it is. No, I don't like that. We're going to shoot them forward just a little bit. That. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Then we just need to add a splitter right over here. Right over just go that way here. And then we're going to tie that into there, and then that goes to that. Then we just need to bring power off of this. Boom. Boom. This goes there, that goes there, and okay. All right. I think since I clicked a middle click to select that, a middle click to select that, it automatically copy the setting. That's a new feature. It didn't have that before. I like that. Um, mm, shoot. I want my line to come straight through here, but that rock is in the way, and it would not be if I had explosives. I would blow it up completely. But alas, it is. Um, merger. Here we go. Straight. And believe it or not, oh, it's just going to clip through it. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm just going to come straight up here and put that line right about here for now, okay? We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to get a merger. I want to go ahead and put these on number 6 in our shortcut list. That way we don't have to open the menu. We're going to come back there. How close do we want to make this? Merger. Output needs to go. That's the splitter. Merger. That's just going to come straight forward until we meet up with the other belt on this line. Sweet. Now that's those are already ahead of us. So let's come out here and build our factory floor. We could go ahead and get on top of that. What am I? Am I out of? I don't understand why we're not going on top of that. Oh, now we are. I actually want to have that a taller one. So if we select this, now we're going to hit E for the taller 2-meter foundation, and then E again for this one. Now we want to actually have it over here. So we're going to build it on like that. And then just, there probably was a better way to do it, but I'm going to delete this first one. Maybe the second. Okay, so that's fine. That'll come up to the side here into this. Now we can put a few more of these here. And it's tall over there, but once we get up here, it's not too far off the ground, but it does get us above everything. That poor thing is going to go bye-bye. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and chop it down. These resource things were like this nut tree. I don't know, nut tree, nut bush. I don't know what you call it. But if I was chopping a tree down next to it, it would not get rid of this, even if the chainsaw is set to area instead of single. But if you chop it directly, you can get rid of it. It's gone. But like, obviously, you only do that if it's in your way and you don't need the resource there. So that's important to know. So if you are chopping trees down next to those, it will not get rid of them, but you can purposefully select it and chop it down. So you ever wanted to know, that's how that works. Okay, let's put some ramps. That's a 4-meter lift above this. So if it did a 2-meter ramp here and a second 2-meter ramp there, all the way across here, we would be able to get up there easily. So ramps are on 5. That's a 1-meter. If we press that again, we can do a 2-meter ramp, start from here, and go up to there. Eventually, we're going to have better ramps. We just haven't unlocked them yet. I believe that's something we buy from the Awesome Shop. Is that what we call it? But we don't have that yet, so we can't buy it. But there's like a double ramp that's like ramp or sloped underneath here too. For now, we can just throw a foundation like that and make it look clean. Do the same thing over here. That might mean a 2-meter. That's going to mean a 2-meter at least. Let's see, 2-meter, 4-meter. What are we clipping? Uh-oh. Okay, I was wondering if it still did this. There is a foundation right there I want to get rid of. I'm going to delete this foundation and see if I can get the edge of that one now. I cannot. So that this is an undeletable foundation now. Let's get rid of this. Let's see if we can control zoop over to it. No. No. I can do that one, which I'm not going to, but it won't let me do that one. Oh, well. See, I can select it there. Hold on. It's selected. Huh. Okay. Anyway. I was hoping that was something that would have gotten fixed with the update, but maybe they didn't know it was a problem. Let's see, I can, yeah, I can place it there. She says it's clipping. Anyway, that looks a bit cleaner. There's also walls for these, walls. Yeah, we don't have the curved walls yet. But we could do like the walls on this, yeah, these foundations. Okay, so that started there. What time are we at? We are an hour and 13 minutes in. Okay, well, we can still, yeah, we can keep going with this. We're going to extend this out a bit. I think it's going to have to be wider than this. Let's go ahead and pull that over this side here. Uh-oh. Why do we not? There. One more even. Okay. That's just gonna, we're just gonna do a lift over here to get these up into a factory. So if we put a merger down here, like this, I know I have a shortcut for it. I should have used that. Merger there, and hopefully we can connect. It's literally, no, okay. Poopy. Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's do that again. Merger over here. Put the output this way. Hopefully that'll give us enough room for the belts to work with this. Curve, invalid belt shape, curve, default, straight. We can do that. Now what I'm going to do is put a lift over here, which is right up here. And yeah, just curve it that way. So that is a good way to get it up there and work with what we have. So it's already in the factory, all right? These we're going to run the belts up to here and then figure out where to go with them from there. So let's go ahead and run straight belts up. I like to stop here and then come up. It's going to come just over the edge here. Okay. Now this one's going to come to the bottom and then up to the top right there. Is that right? Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so that gets our iron up to our factory floor over here. So again, we were going to do modular frames, if I'm not mistaken. We don't have any other frames unlocked yet in recipe. So we need reinforced iron plates, which we have the alternate recipe that just does them quicker down there. So it's still iron plates and screws. So that means we need to be making iron plates and we need to be making rods to make screws. And then we also need rods. So I think two of these, one of these lines is going to be split. How much are we making again? We're outputting 60 per minute on this line. 60 per minute on this line, and we can produce totally the wrong spot, but it's okay. 60 per minute. So two of these, we can have two of these making iron plates. So we'll split that back up to make iron plates here with two of these constructors. All right. And then we'll take the next lines and we'll make iron rods with this one to then make screws, and then the other make iron rods with that. So I know, okay, so it doesn't make sense. It doesn't look like it makes sense to merge these together and then split them back off over here, but we have just one conveyor line that way. Yeah, we could possibly not. But for now, it's what we're doing. So let's put a splitter up here. Well, let's get our constructors in place first. So two constructors on this side, one there and one there. A splitter, merger. We're going to take that into a splitter, and we're going to reverse that around this way. And then we're going to connect it to that, that, and to that. And this will be our iron plate production. So we're going to go ahead and set that to iron plate. We're going to copy that while we're in here, and we're just going to go click and this in there. Okay. So that is iron plate production. I pressed the wrong buttons. It happens. Cool. All right. So that's iron plates. We're going to make rods with the rest of these. This will be rods to screws, and that'll just be plain rods. Once we made rods to screws here, we've got to actually take these together, put them in the assembler, and make our reinforced iron plates. And then we're going to combine them over here with the rods that we have there. So let's go ahead and make rods here with the splitter. I fell. We're going to go there, right there, here. Okay, let's see if I can make this belt wrap around the corner like that. Not in that shape, not in that shape, and not in that shape. So we can't do that. Okay. Well, let's rethink this. If we no, all of that. Thinking, processing. Um, Sometimes I need quiet in my brain to think. I'm sure I'm not the only one. So, okay, so we want to get the splitter. We can just move this over here. It's going to give us a lot of junk in our inventory. But if we move that over a little bit and bring it straight into this, let's go ahead and put our splitter here, the input there. I want it lined up with that. There we go. So that's going to go there. That's going to go there, and then we can come back down here. Oh, hold up, right here first. So it all lines up and looks even, and I am out of what? I'm out of reinforced iron plates to do this. So I just had, and it, what am I making over there? Rotors, they don't require reinforced iron plates, and I haven't got that part done yet, do I? I've got my iron plates, I've got this. Well, let's run, get some more reinforced iron plates. I think I'm better off going up here. Blue slug. Roar, I know, I see you. If we just do this, we can glide across here. We can clip straight through this line, don't have to worry about it. And then just keep running. Oh, man. Satisfactory Saturday. I am making reinforced iron plates and bringing them in over here. Yes. That comes from our iron node up there. Cool. All right. We're getting there. Dun, 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 dun. I thought there was music in game. Do I have it all turned off? Is that my problem? Options. Audio. I just realized that. I think we have all the music turned off. There it is. Now that we're, this far into the stream, why not check it? Yeah, we're good. We're gonna at least have it for the last little bit here. We got a good 30 minutes or so. I turned it off because I was using some other audio, some other music before, and it just was clashing. You don't want two different songs running. I do like the default playlist with this. I haven't got bored of it like the Minecraft music. I don't know if anybody really plays with the music up in Minecraft anymore. It's just been around so long. Okay, so we've got rotors. We've got we're working on our modular frame, modular frames. Let's just check on the rotors and see how much. I don't think I have. Ooh, I need to do that. I need to build storage for it to, because it's probably just maxed out its internal buffer, and now we're cooked. So let's go ahead and throw a ramp down here. Make it a tall ramp by cycling through there. What do we not have? We don't have concrete for that. Yeah, we've got our rotors there. So let's go ahead and build a storage box here. And we need concrete for that as well. You know what? We're going to get a sideways storage box if I have the materials to build one. And it looks like I do. We're just going to throw that right here. This is often what happens when I build a factory like this. I'll just go ahead and throw a single storage box like this, and then I know where to go to get that. So that's just going to keep doing that. And you see there's plenty of storage in here. So a stack is, I think, 100 with this one. Yeah, 100. So you're going to get 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 times 8, which is 24. 2400s, which is what, 2,400 rotors in there, which is a good start. And then we can pull it from there and send wherever is needed. Eventually, that would be coupled with a dimensional depot if we need rotors in stock. All right, now we should have our resources to do the. I am very disappointed. I ran all the way over there and did not grab more concrete. Roar! Let's see real quick if I have limestone nearby. I knew that. I knew that. I knew there was limestone over here. I just had a brain fart. It's literally right there. Literally right here. So we're going to just grind out some. And by grind out, I mean we're going to throw a miner on here. No, because it needs concrete. Manual mode, here we go. The big question is, do I even have enough resources to build a stinking workbench to manually make concrete? Let's see. If not, I mean, I'm going to have to head over there to get one anyway. So we're going to at least head over here where we're working to do this. I think there's just this empty area here where I can throw one down. If I have what I need. Let's see here. Crafting bench. Yes. Great. Okay. I am too excited about that. Okay, concrete. Let's just go ahead and make those. I know that's what y'all came here for, to watch me build or manually craft concrete this far into the game. I'm sure this is wonderful. Let's just leave it there. It doesn't matter if we have extra things sitting around, because we are trying to connect this to that. We could do blah, 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 blah. Let's see if we can here to here and make it straight. No, default's all there is. That's all kinds of nasty, Dave. Don't do that. Well, I mean, those are options to get rid of some of this. And then bring it here and curve it. Like that. And then connect it like, ew. That's even worse. These are too close together is the problem. What if we just do it from here over to there and give it a nice gentle line like that? I think we're going to be better off. I'll live with that. That's fine. Again, this is probably just going to be temporary, not long term. And these are full. Not getting iron ingots in there. It has no power either. Okay. Yeah, I haven't powered any of this up. Okay. All right. So these are going to be producing screws eventually. So we want to have each of these outputting to 20 plates. No. They make iron rods. They're making screws. Yeah. Iron rods are going to be 15 per minute. This is going to use 10 per minute. All right, let's do the same thing again. Wrong button. Okay, we're going to merge these two together and split them across 3. So let's get a merger in there. Mergers were on 6. Splitter, make it a merger. And we want our inputs there and output there. Back. So those are what we want them. These we have room to go ahead and bring a let's do a splitter here. No, let's do a splitter here, and that's going to be the input on this side. That I think that's enough room. No, no. Let's just put it directly next to this. Oh boy. Okay. Default straight would be great there. All right. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so that's going to split. We're going to go 3 different ways. Unfortunately, that means this is going to be here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's what we can do. All right, let's change this. Let's change this up. We're going to put it off of the other side. It's going to work better there. So if we come here with our merger, right here, and that's the splitter right now. Let's change it to merger. Go out this way. That. Then Dookie. Okay. Trying this again. Let's make sure that lines up this time. That is a splitter. We want a merger. It's lined up. Sometimes they get where they, at least they did, where it wouldn't grid up automatically with the unit behind it. Then you'd have to manually do it, and that was annoying as could be. So now we're going to switch to a splitter. We're going to make it as close as possible to that. Good. I'm going to put these two together like that. Then we're going to go 3 different ways over here. So let's give a little bit of room for that to come out. Here. Welcome to the stream. If you're joining us just now, we are playing. I'm offline. What the what? Okay, there, I'm back. Okay, somehow I dropped offline there for a second. And apparently I've been back for a little bit and didn't realize it. We're missing cable. Okay, we need to go get some more cable, which is going to be back over there. Why am I out of that? Okay, let's update our grocery list here, our to-do list. We still need 2 assemblers over here, and we're going to need a few more constructors. So we still got to do the 2 for that end, and then 2 more here, I think. That should get us all the constructors we need. Let's go ahead and add more foundations in case we need them. Okay, all right, good. So let's go grab cable and concrete. I know I don't have resources over here to make cable, so we've got to make that trip. We're going to run up here and fly off again. A parachute off this hill. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Doom, doom, doom. All right, let's see. Okay, through here, we've got our concrete going. It wouldn't hurt to build a concrete factory over there. Eventually, it will be necessary. And then what was our other thing? Cable is over here. And this one, we have plenty of that rolling in. That is wonderful. Okay. Rotors. I should have grabbed rotors to go ahead and work on this milestone. Speaking of milestones, after we get our basic steel production going, we have that's going to be all of tier 3. I unlocked this one just because on one of the inventory spots. These tractors and truck stations I haven't really used before. They're supposed to automatically deliver resources from one spot to another. I heard they're not too reliable, and you have to have good paths. And I haven't worked on setting paths up. We might can do that. If y'all want to see that, just let me know in the comments when this video is posted up to YouTube, or I guess I don't know if message here on Twitch or not, but we can look into doing that. I just haven't messed around with it. It might be worth looking into. Eventually, trains would replace that anyway. Trains are much more reliable, although they have their own issues with with signaling and all that. So we're working on basic steel production. Why does it have select in there? We're actually working on vehicular transport, aren't we? Why is that? Hold on. No, basic steel production is what we're working on. I don't know why it has that listed. Like it won't let me select. Oh, we've already done it. I feel stupid. Yeah, so we're working on this one. We're almost there. That's going to give us steel. Basically, the foundry mixes coal and iron together to give us steel. There are alternate recipes for that. Alternate recipes for steel pipe and steel beams that don't even use that. I mean, you can just, I think I had one that gives you iron pipes, which kind of skips over that production. And then we have blueprints. Blueprints come in handy for just like things you're going to do on a regular basis, where you can just build a blueprint, and then in your build menu you actually have the blueprints you can load up and put them in there. Logistics 3 gives us faster belts, larger storage, and then stackable pipe supports, so we don't just have a bunch of pipelines running everywhere. We can stack them together. And then Mark 3 lifts as well. Advanced steel production unlocks Mark II miners, which doubles our extraction rate that we currently have, which would work well for everything. So if we double our extraction rate, we can, like right now we're putting 2 smelters per miner. We could double that even, unless we overclock it. Well, yeah, if we overclock it, we could do things, but we can overclock these as well. So encased industrial beams, we need that for some of the research we're doing. That's just concrete and steel beams. stators are the next step. And this automatic wiring is one of our phase 2 ingredients that we need there, resources that we need for that. This is going to be good for not the power storage, but the power towers. When we unlock the zipline thing, the zipline thing, basically you can zoom around on power lines, but the problem right now is the power poles. When you hit one of those, you have to jump off and try to get around it to grab the next one. With these power towers, they allow you to stay on the line through the tower and go on, like continue on the line there. So they make that early transport much better. Hypertubes, however, are far superior travel points because you can stack these hypertubes together. You can have 4 or 5 of them, and it'll like continually increase the speed through each one, and you can just launch yourself and then just use your parachute to get where you're going. So hypertubes would probably be one of these. I would say logistics 3 and hypertubes. The problem with logistics 3 is we need the resources then for these belts, which are going to require the steel beams in order to make belts. So we want to work with that. Okay, that was just a quick overview of what we have going on there. Did I get enough concrete? Did I grab enough concrete? Let's just go ahead and grab a couple more stacks of this. And I grabbed, what else was it? Everything looks good. All right, let's head back over. And nothing's in that. This is for our alien protein. I gotcha. That's good. Oh, that's going to be our setup later for alien protein as well as power slugs. Once we unlock a few more bits of technology. Oh, yeah, I am tired on this Saturday morning. Oh, I thought I saw something moving. Nope. Okay. I was ready to attack. Dun, 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 dun. I can only remember what we're doing over here. I think that would be helpful. So right now we're splitting off and we're doing 3 of these for the screw production, if I'm not mistaken. These 2 are going to merge and go around because they've got to combine with the output of this in order to make our reinforced iron plates. So 2 into 3 is what we have here. That is going to be set for iron rods, and this is going to be set for screws. It's not necessary to sing, but I did anyway. Okay, paste that in close enough to paste that. Now, that's that. Then we've got to come through here and, all right. This is producing 20 per minute of plates. I'm going to go ahead and throw the, that might be a mistake. Yeah, I think I might need those. I might need those. We know where to find them. Okay. And why do we add a 4? Because that's what we're using out here. Assemblers. Now we're going to, I think I can click on this and cycle through assembly. Yeah, there we go. We're just going to throw this down real quick and take a look. This is what we're going to do this. Okay, so this is going to use 90 iron plates per minute and 250 screws. I don't think we're producing that much. This is going to be 40, 120, and this is going to be 40. So 40 and 120 is what we're actually producing. 40 and 120. We're going to do half of this. All right. We don't have enough output from our machines at the moment to keep this running constantly. So this is going to be a slowdown for us. We could do the regular recipe. We're doing 40 and 120 though. So we could do 2 of these assemblers, which would make this 10 per minute, right? Or we could do 1 assembler with this recipe, and we would do 40 and 120, which would be roughly half of that, 7.5. So that's going to use 15 megawatts per minute. This recipe is going to use 15 megawatts per minute. So like either way, we're using the same amount of power, but 30 per minute, it's going to give us 60, so a third of that. So I think we're still outputting the same amount because that's all the resources we have coming in. 250 versus 60, so 2 of these would be 120 per minute. Problem is this other recipe uses a bunch more screws to do that, and I think that's going to be our holdup is we don't have enough screws to make this. Excuse me. We'll have 120 per minute of screws coming in, and it's going to be less than half of this. That'll make it less than half of that. So we're going to have to just increase power. So these are going to be merged. Let's see, we're running 120 per minute. That is exactly 120 per minute. Merged and split again. These are going to be merged. No, this can just be split evenly. Yeah, for that. So let's do 2 assemblers heading this direction. Cycle through assembler is here. We'll do roughly there and there. This is already starting to look wonky. We're going to do belt from here. Bring it straight out to the second one. That one isn't even. Okay, let's delete that. We're going to come back a bit. Let's do that again. We're going to run it back to here. See if we can get a good clean line on that. So, yeah, okay, that'll go straight. And then we're going to snake this other through here to this. So we're going to come here and go there. Continue on over here and see if it'll. Yeah, that's good and clean. Okay, nice. Yeah, then we're gonna have to lift over that. There's no way to avoid it. That or click through. So we're gonna merge and split. Merge and split. Merge. We're 6. Merger. This as clean as possible. Why not? Too steep? Default. Okay. Let's put a lift on this. Lifts are in here in logistics. Mark to lift. Oh, that fits in so far. Man. Why? Why would it do that? Thanks with belt. Our belt's gonna look wonky coming out of there. What else we do? Nope. This right here. No. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't even know if a belt is going to fit here. No. All right. Just the ends here. We're going to scooch these over a little bit and back. Sometimes the plans don't work out. So let's go back again to assembler. That direction, just skosh. Spin on that. And no, no, no. I need to go over more. Here and here. All right. And we'll just, so let's just make sure we can get this connected to those two. I could run this one straight to that one, lift over and split here. So what if we put a lift? Split output. I think we can do a lift here. I'm going to try this, guys. I don't know if it works for sure. We do, no, I just want it in the middle. I mean, we could do one side or the other. That's going to line up there, and we're going to tell it to go that way. I'm just going to put a lift here. It comes that way. We connect a belt between here and this is the wrong one. Hold on. Okay, so that's going to connect that. And we need to reverse that. So R, there we go. Okay. Now it's going to lift up and go that way. I forgot you've got to change that. So select a splitter. Nope, it's not selected. Select that. Splitter. Split. Okay, we put this splitter on the bottom here. It should now line up with that and that. Good. All right, sweet. Now we can run this belt over here and hook up to that in a straight mode. This can hook up to that in straight mode. All right, awesome. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah. In the new version, they've made it where splitters and mergers can go anywhere. Like if this lift was really tall, you could just add one anywhere along that lift to pull off of it, which is a big improvement over how clean or dirty those things would look. Because you could put like a lift with several splitters on it now, like one per level or whatever you're doing, and make it a lot easier to split off of that. Now they're still going in order, just like adding splitters to this. It was still like the first one would do thirds, and the next one would do thirds of the third it's fed off of. So you have to watch your ratios there. Okay, so that's going to give us, let's see, reinforced iron plate. This level here, reinforced iron plates with the original recipe, not the alternate, because we don't have enough screws coming in here to justify the new recipe. Okay, so that's our reinforced iron plates. So for rotors, we need, let's double check this again. No, modular frames, we need reinforced iron plate and iron rods. So we've got to put more constructors over there off of this line here. We're just going to come here for the sake of, oh, where'd it go? Trying to line up with that. I do want it there, but I want it to line up with this. Straight connection. Get it to do it because it's defaulting to that as opposed to this. So what if we go ahead and put a splitter on this thing. We'll just split right up here. We're going to grab our constructor and there we go. Okay, nice. This will just sit beside that. And we could probably more align it with this and then do the second one right beside that. I think we are out of something. Surface is too uneven. We're going to have to build it anyway. Okay, well, let's align them to this then. H, shift that way until we're lined up with that. And we know we're good for both. Okay. All right, we're going to add one more right here, and then that's already splitting. We're going to connect this to that and this to not that. Missing some reinforced iron plates. Okay, all right. No worries. We can fire all this up and hopefully not kill the power. Let's pull power into here. Right here, then right here. Come over here. And here. Yeah. Do. Let's see. Power grid climbing. Okay, all right. We are getting closer to overwhelming it, but we are not there yet. We're going to pull that right here and run this way with it. Pulling up the corners. Usually, corner placement doesn't get in the way of anything, so. Ah! Man. Then we want to run power over to these. Let's go here. Nope. To this corner here and this corner here. Between. This is making reinforced iron plates. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, this is just gonna chip away at that. And what does it say? Eesh. Okay. If everything ran right now, we would be over the max, but we're not running everything right now. So we should be all right. This is staying down. I think our max is right about there, which is, do I have numbers? Just over 200. And we're producing 270. Let's get some more reinforced plates. Keyboard's awfully hot. That might be why these things wear out so quickly. Goodness gracious. Okay. All right. We've made some good progress so far. I want to finish this up before we quit. We don't have anything coming in here. Why is that? It's because we don't have these powered yet, do we? Oh, we haven't selected. That's right. The dumb smart machines. Are they powered? Are they powered? They are not. Okay, here we go. Yeah. That hopefully doesn't kill it either. Still good. Okay. All right, we will get this one hooked up as well. What happened? I thought I hooked that up. Oh, I was going to, and I ran out of steel reinforced plates. Okay. All right, now we need to take the output from this, merge it together because it is going to be awfully slow. It's going to make 5 per minute. That's 10 per minute total. And we're going to mix it with this into another assembler. So we could pull these down here and just have another assembler off to the end here. So guess what we need for the assembler? Reinforced iron plates. Okay. Let's put it right here. That's the 2-hour mark. And we're going to merge these together with a merger right about here. Let's go that direction. Should be good. That ties into that. That ties into that. And that is going to clip through this and tie into that. Nope, because I need more reinforced metal plates. Slow, but automated. That's the important part, right? Slow, but automated. Yeah, it's going to clip through there. I could possibly move this, but yeah. I'm not super motivated to do that in a moment. 6 merger. Let's grab this. Yeah, that's my output that direction. Going to connect and oh, it already pulled them out. They're in here. Okay. Should be enough. No, I need 3 more. Do do do. It just makes that noise when you click it, I guess. Okay, that should be enough to connect this to that. Now we've got to wait to get enough to connect this. Out. We're out. We need a lot to do this. Okay, but once we got that in here, once we got this going, we can do our, not that, we can do our modular frames. Modular frames. So we just need to give this power, and we happen to have power right here. I think we can from here and go to there. Okay, that's good. That's connected now. Sweet. It's gonna not work because I am not giving it all the resources. As you can see, this is going to go awfully slow at the moment because we don't quite have enough coming in here. Give me that. We need a lot of these. So far we can go with this. Okay, all right, all right. Not sure why we're clipping there. Because we're missing the knife in there. Okay. Like, no. Oh, it's already sending them up here. Never mind. Come on. Oh, okay. Logistically, like it's still, I mean, it should be enough to keep up. And now we're good. Okay, now we have started getting all the resources of this to automate our modular frames. That's the next thing we need for our basic steel production. As far as automating, we could hand make them and finish this up. But that's kind of what we want to do over here. So we automated rotors today. We've automated our modular frames, and I think that's a good bit of progress. Let's see, do we do, what is our view? I can't remember. Yeah, so I think that's good for the stream. All right, well, thanks for joining today. I'm glad if you were able to watch this. Hopefully you found it entertaining. We will come back next Saturday. Hopefully, I don't think I have anything else going on with another Satisfactory stream in the morning. And I think most likely we're planning with another streamer, Gelda TV, to do a Minecraft CTM map next weekend sometime. I've got to get the server set up here so we can do that together. And then we can hopefully get that streamed. And don't forget to join. Look for another stream to come out soon from Cubic Odyssey. I've started that playthrough together what day was that? Sometime last week. I did that just a little bit, maybe Tuesday, I think it was. I don't know what day I'll be doing that. And then Thursday is my regular Minecraft stream. It's a short 1-hour stream, but we're just working on doing some building in there. Building on that one in my base on the simple survival server. So if you want to learn a bit about building and techniques and things, I do a lot of terraforming. I've been laying out paths, and we're going to start building some things on there. So yeah, so just go ahead and look for that Thursday stream. Hopefully starting next week and beyond that, I can get some more streams done during the weekdays, probably earlier as I have free time. But look for those videos to go to YouTube as well. I'll be uploading all the VODs there after I do the stream on Twitch. So just look for that to come out soon. So don't forget to follow me on Twitch, and then also subscribe on YouTube to be able to find these videos when they come out. So thanks again so much for joining us, and I will catch you guys next time. Have a great Saturday. Bye.